Excuse my hair. It is like really sickly looking, but today is hair washing day. Hey guys! Yeah, so I meant to say that before the other thing, but you know me. I just can't have my thoughts together all at once, so excuse me. Excuse me. Oh boy. And just as I'm trying to film these cats, like always wanting my attention. But first, let's get water. But I meant to do this last night, and it kind of hit me, and I did post something on Twitter about, yeah, what's my throat today? Ugh. But I thought about doing like a little mini series of concert reviews on my channel to expand the growth and stuff like that, and also just to let you guys, oh my goodness, Spot, you're making the lighting like, you're like blinding me. But I did post something on Twitter last night about starting a series of concert reviews. So I did go to a concert last night. It was Big Daddy Weave, Plumb, and Jordan Feliz. And so yeah, I think right now it's predominantly going to be like Christian acts, because those are most of the that's like 90% of the concerts that I go to. I might do some secular too, but this is going to be a Christian review, and this is going to be Big Daddy Weave, Plumb, and Jordan Feliz. So this is like my second Big Daddy Weave concert, second time I've seen Big Daddy Weave, but the first time that I've seen Plumb and Jordan Feliz. So, video bomber. Oh my goodness. So, they were at the, I think it was called like Valley Bible School, or yeah, it was like Valley Bible something Las Vegas last night. I don't know, I just woke up and my brain is like not comprehending, but once I find the name, I will type it in I'll make an annotation like, you know, down here, but or I'll try to anyway. But yeah, I like Big Daddy Weave concerts because it's like all, you know, pretty much all the acts like get like equal, like get like featured in between like Big Daddy Weave numbers, as opposed to like other Christian concerts I've gone to where it's been like the bottom of the barrel opening act goes on first, and then like the secondary one goes, and then the main act goes on for the last, like, you know, big chunk of the concert. And but Big Daddy Weave does things differently, which is what I like. They go on first, and then they open it up, and then Jordan Feliz went on, and then did a song or two. He did a song called "The River," which is like popular on radio right now. I've been listening to it on like Air One, and I think like SOS, and I don't know if it's on K-Love or not. Most likely it is, because you know. But, I don't know, K-Love comes in wonky out here in Vegas, but, this isn't about radio stations, but I'm just saying that, I will find a link to these songs, and I will post these to you in the down bar, and, But he has a song called The River, which, is a good, catchy song. But I think the song that Jordan Feliz did that really stood out in my mind was called Beloved, because it's about empowering. He wrote it about his daughter, who's like 6 months old now, I believe is what he said. And he, because, women think that they have to be like skinny and all made up and like have to uphold a certain image to be called beautiful, but it's like, no, we need to start teaching our daughters differently, which is what I like and which is what I fully support, that you don't have to wear makeup and like dye your hair all the time, although sometimes I do wear makeup, sometimes I dye my hair pretty frequently, but I'm not the perfect size to model, but you know what, that's okay, because I'm, in the Lord's eyes, you're beautiful, which is what I love. And and in everybody else's eyes, you're beautiful. I mean, you could be like plus size and still be considered beautiful. Like, you don't have to uphold to the world standards of beauty. So I did like that message. And so yeah, I think Jordan Feliz did like 3 or 4 songs, because the concert was pretty much like Big Daddy Weave and Plumb, but well, mostly Big Daddy Weave, but yeah. But I think that's the song that like really stood out in my mind the most. And then of course Plumb came on, and she did her she did like every single song. That's what I liked about Plumb set. Every single song I pretty much knew, except for her new one, which I didn't know that great, but I never heard it until that night. But it was called Great Is Our God, and I will link that to you also in the down bar too. It's a really good song, and I forget what Bible verse it was based on, but if I can find it, I will also put that in the down bar below too. But it's called Great Is Our God, and it is definitely one of the most uplifting songs that I've ever, heard from Plumb. I mean, she has a lot of other good songs like that she did. She did Need You Now, and also her fairly recent new song called Exhale. I will also link those to you. I did record some footage for my other vlog, so that's uploading now, so you can see that there. And but although it felt like her set was kind of short too, like, because there were other songs that I felt like she could have done too, but I know that she wasn't like the big headliner of the tour. It was Big Daddy Weave, but I loved her set, and I kind of wish she was featured more in the concert. So that's one of the things that that I wished would have been. But I love the format of Big Daddy Weave concerts, because like the first half, like each act goes on like individually, and then the second half of the concert, like after the Food for the Hungry thing, where they talk about children in need in other countries in need of sponsorship, they all like just come together on stage, and then like they just sing songs of worship. And because I know Big Daddy Weave does like a couple covers and of stuff like This Is Amazing Grace, which I know is recorded by Phil Wickham. I wonder if it's a song that I gotta research that. But yeah, I think it's a song they might have worked on together or something, but I think I should research that before saying that. But but I do like both Phil Wickham and Big Daddy Weave's versions of the songs. So, and it's a good song too. And then, of course, Big Daddy Weave also did Good Father and also How Great Is Our God. And I'm trying to think of something. But of course, I think like their closing number was also Redeemed, which is one of their big songs. And they opened, like the very first song that they did was called Yours Will Be, parentheses, Land of Glory. But like, once my vlog is uploaded, if this goes up before my vlog, I will post a link to my vlog in this down bar here in this video. So, but yeah, and of course when talking about like getting people to sponsor these children, Big Daddy Weave, or, he also talks about like it was the second time I heard the story. It was like about this Cambodian kid, about how they didn't know how to wash their hands and stuff like that. I know that stuff might be a little depressing to hear for you, but he tells it. But he made a promise to this kid. I always forget the name of this kid's name, but they nicknamed him something else that meant like blessed and such. So but yeah, it was the second time I heard that story because it was the second time I went to a Big Daddy Weave concert. The first one was actually a year ago, back in May. It was Big Daddy Weave, Lauren Daigle, and Jason Gray. So, but that was last year, and I wasn't doing concert review videos, but yeah, it was the second time that I personally heard him tell that story, which it was fine, So, it was, but overall, I think that, it was a good show, definitely worth the money. I mean, it was Corey and I and our roommate Andrew and his sister Margie and also Andrew's friend Jemmy, his wife and kids, and I think Margie also brought her kids too. So, we had like 8 people going with us, and, it wasn't just Corey and I, which is usually fine when we go to concerts, but, it's the more the merrier also, but the venue, it seemed like it was kind of small, but very, very packed. It felt like we were packed in like sardine cans, and because it was kind of a small-ish room. Kind of one of the smaller room concert venues that I've been to personally, but it felt like I was like in a sardine can, and like a very, very sweaty sardine can, but that's neither here nor there. But it's like it's really more about the worship part of it rather than the I'm dying of heat stroke right now type of vibe. But of course, of course there was one point where I did have to step out and just get the air because I was dying, and I don't know why, but I have had this aching headache right in this part of my nose for the past couple days. I even woke up with it, so it's ugh, get out of my head. But That's not what I'm talking about here. So, but overall, it is, I love Big Daddy Weave concerts, and it's always, like, so emotional and so uplifting, and, like, and it's, like, I always feel, you know, a little bit different after Big Daddy Weave concerts just because of those things, and, I mean, it's not depressing, but, like, but it's, like, you're definitely, I would say moving. I felt moved, uplifted, and just, like, just in awe overall. But we did get there kind of late because Corey worked late, but so we were kind of in the nosebleed section, but you know, it was more about the music and the worship, although Corey likes to be closer to the stage, but but you know, we got there late and we had to get what we had to get. So so I think in this part I will go to the things that I liked in the thing, although this outweighs things that I disliked. So things that I liked was definitely the feeling of togetherness and the format of Big Daddy Weave concerts. And if you haven't seen Big Daddy Weave in concert, I definitely do recommend that you do so, because his concerts are amazing, and that's definitely making him one of my favorite Christian acts, just because of his concerts. I mean, so there's that, and I definitely liked that Plumb was there, because I knew a lot, you know, Plumb did a lot of, like I was saying earlier, Plumb did, like, pretty, like, I would say, like, 99% of her songs that she performed, oh yeah, I forgot, she did Oceans, too. If you haven't, it's a Hillsong song, Hillsong United song, but I think she was featured on that track, so, I will also find that and link that to you down below, too, and but yeah, I liked the fact that I knew a lot of the songs that Big Daddy Weave and, well, that, yeah, pretty much Big Daddy Weave and Plumb did. They also did new stuff too, so, because I know Big Daddy Weave has a new song out in, I think, a new album, but I definitely do love his music, and I love Plumb's music. Jordan Feliz is okay, but like I said, the song that stood out for me most for him was Beloved, so he wasn't really that featured, but I would have, but, you know, actually I'll save that for things that I would have liked to see more, but it would have made the concert longer, though, but that would have been okay. But, yeah, I liked the acts for, you know, pretty much, and, I liked, you know, the company that I was with, and I liked how cheap the drinks were at the venue, and, let's see, and definitely, overall, I do give the concert an A. Now, here are some of the things that I wish I could have heard more. Was definitely think that I would have loved to have heard more of Plumb's songs. The English words. Come on now. Ugh. But yeah, I definitely would have loved to have heard more Plumb, because I love her, and there are other songs that I know that I wish she would have done, but I know that Big Daddy Weave was the main headliner. It was mostly Big Daddy Weave, but I definitely think at least Plumb should have been featured a little bit more. That's the only thing that's kind of knocking it from an A plus to an A. So definitely more Plumb, maybe a little bit more Jordan Feliz. So definitely that. Although he is like a newer act, so. But, you know, I'm sure once he climbs the ladder a little bit, and if I see him in more shows, then there will be more of his material. So, but definitely maybe a track or two more from him. The venue was kind of small-ish, but you know, it wasn't like, it's a Christian concert though. It wasn't like a big, like Maroon 5 or something like that concert where it's like a big, huge arena where it's all sold out and it's like $100 a ticket. So, you know, but you gotta take what you can get, you know, but it was like, although the last time I saw Big Daddy Weave, the church was bigger. It was at the Trinity Life Center, but I think I liked seeing him better at Trinity Life Center just because the venue was bigger and more spaced out. But this venue was nice too. Oh yeah, I forgot. One thing that I did like was how, you know, Big Daddy Weave like prays for the people who are suffering and everything like that. But yeah, the venue was definite compared to Trinity Life Center. It was definitely smaller, and it was definitely warmer as always. So pretty much because. And I think this concert was pretty much sold out, so, I think it was, yeah. Because, like, it seemed like there were, like, hardly any open seats, especially when we got there. We got lucky that there were, seats open to where we could all sit together, so that was good. But, anyway, if you like this review, definitely let me know, and I would definitely love to do more of these type reviews. I think, but like I definitely will keep the Christian and non-secular or the Christian and secular reviews kind of in separate entities. But I did see Bo Burnham this past Saturday, so I think I might I might do my review of that one too, while it's sticking in my mind. But anyway, if you like my reviews on concerts, definitely subscribe to my channel for more. Comment, like this video so that I know, and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Lady Mai Tai 702, Snapchat Milo Finn, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!